All right, hey guys, my name's Chad. I'm a big fan of RideTheWindEbikes, and Jolene asked if I would do a video because I bought the Streetster RR, and it is not a bike that a lot of people have got their hands on yet. So this is made by Evoque. I'm going to do a quick video, well, hopefully a quick video, but it's going to be a few parts. Before I get into it, I just want to say this is my opinion. This has nothing to do with Ride the Wind or their opinions. This has nothing to do with Evoque or by no means any advice from either of those companies. This is just me. I've been riding e-bikes since 2019. I had an Armada, and then I got a Tao Leo 2020 before they cut the power, one of the best bikes out there. And this is now my new one. So I'm going to do a quick review. I think you've all seen most of this stuff on Ride the Wind. So I don't need to go too much into that stuff, but I know everyone's craving content. So similar to the RR, it's got all the same stuff. It's got CarPlay, it's got the exhaust sounds. The RR, so mine, it only came with the one sound. It did not come with the three like she had in the videos. They did send me a firmware upgrade, but I have not done it yet. So when I do that, maybe I'll get the other sounds. I don't know. Up to you if you want to use them or if you rather have your music in your CarPlay. Does have USB charging ports. There is a phone holder that comes standard that you have here. I took mine off. I don't believe in having your phone there because you're going to stop at a light and you're going to check your text or whatever. And it's got CarPlay. If you're going to do that, like, you do it through CarPlay. But like, really, you should have your heads up on a swivel anyways. You get your text when you're done riding, in my opinion. 17-inch tires. The suspension is nothing like you've ever been on before if you've never rode a real motorcycle. Most of the Tao Leos, the Zones, all that stuff, it's like bike suspension. They're bumpy as hell. This is so smooth. I'm a big guy, weigh 250, and it's amazing. The LED lights, all that stuff. I mean, it's got pretty much everything you want. I don't know what I can say that she hasn't already said, but what you probably all want to know is kind of performance-wise. So there was someone who reported to her like 135 was the top speed. Unless the guy weighs like 100 pounds, that's not true real world. That's a freewheel. This will freewheel at 135 out of the box. My experience out of the box, I weigh 250. Opening it up out on a straightaway, I was able to get to about 79, no problem. And then just depends if I hit a hill or something, I could go a little faster. Again, I weigh a lot more than the average guy. I think most people riding these are like probably 180 or something. So you could probably go a little faster. You can tune them. You got to know if you tune them and you wreck your controller, your battery, anything like that, there's no warranty. Like, you wreck it, you wrecked it. That's not part of buying these bikes. But if you do tune them, you can get a little bit more. I had a freewheel where I hit 180 on a tune, but I'm not sure how much power that was pushing through, so I turned it back down. I'm going to do some more playing around this week and see what I can do, but you know, that can really wreck your bike, so it's not recommended, especially if you don't know what you're doing. There's a lot of stuff you can crawl through on the internet and find stuff out, but there's a lot of mixed opinions. So if you just want a good bike to ride around, these are amazing. Their main power is between 40 to 60. So if you're out there riding around, you're going to really enjoy that 40 to 60 range. Obviously, that's the off-road speed. That's not legal, any province I know. So keep that in mind. It's at your own risk and whether you want to get pulled over. These are basically motorcycles with pedals for compliance. But if you go faster than you're supposed to, it's on you whether you want to take that risk. Evoque, I will say, for tuning this, I haven't been able to get straight answers on what the specs are. So I don't know what the motor is, and the controller, it says it's 100 amp hour on the controller, even though the websites have said 150 amp hour controller. When I asked Evoque, they told me the controllers sometimes come out of China mislabeled. I don't know if I'm willing to risk that, because if I tune it and use more than 100 amps and it fries, I'm not gonna get any warranty. So I don't recommend doing doing anything until you know what the actual teardown is. I'm going to try to get into the bike and take a look and see what the controller actually is. If I take the top off, maybe it'll be the model, but for now I'm not actually sure what it is, and the answers I've gotten from Evoque so far haven't been the best. If you're looking at getting the Streetster R or RR, you got to know the Streetster R is a cheaper bike. You can get a 72 or an 84 volt. This is a 96. What does the 96 get you versus the 72 or 84? I'm going to say top speed, there's no difference. It's the main difference is it's more efficient. The battery life on this, compared, it's a 60 amp hour, and I had a 60 amp hour 72 on my Taoleo. And real world, I wasn't getting hundreds of kilometers. I was getting about 60 to 70 kilometers, doing an average of 50 to 60 kilometers an hour. This, I've been doing the same thing, 50 to 60, and I don't know what the top is yet. I'm over 100 kilometers driven, and I hadn't had an issue. It's still at like, I don't know, 60% or something like that. Okay, 56 as of this ride. And then you can see down there the voltage. If you don't know, the voltage is the important part. So that's your real gauge. This gauge changes as you ride. It's really just a guideline from idle. I have about 50% battery left, give or take. But what you want to know is your cutoff voltage. If you look at this number, when you find out what your cutoff voltage is, when you hit that cutoff voltage, you're dead. So that's what you kind of want to look at. There are some settings that you can see on that display. Evoque didn't want me posting how to get in those settings because they didn't want people messing up their bike. I don't know what else to say about this. My recommendation, should you get one, if you've got the money, go ahead. If you don't, I would just say get the Streetster R and the 84 volt and the 60 amp hour. You'll be probably just as happy, unless you're in a really, really hilly area. It'll just save your battery a little bit more to get one of these. But as far as top speed, acceleration, I can't say I've noticed that much of a difference. It's all really just the power that goes through the controller, and you can do that on an 84 just as well. Yeah, and save yourself some money if you don't really need it. I think the best bet is just biggest battery. That's most people's regret, is not getting a big enough battery. So get the biggest battery you can possibly afford. The voltages don't matter as much. Just go for the battery size right out of the box. And then, learn a little bit about tuning, and I think you'll be happy no matter what you do. Buy from Ride the Wind. They're the best for support. They'll answer your questions. Their service is amazing. I'm not paid by them. They're not giving me discounts or anything for doing this. I just want to help out because I was with Jolene when it was a very, very small business back in like 2018 and stuff, and she has really grown, and she's always been good to me. So hope you guys are good to her. Hit me up on forums or Facebook or anything if you got questions that I didn't answer here. But you wouldn't regret getting one of these. They're an amazing bike, and they're great. So have a great day, man. Bye.